Hey, my name is Victor Dwyer, and today I'm going to show you how to connect Shopify data to Google Data Studio and Google Sheets. So that way you can have a comprehensive dashboard to see all your data in one place and to make actionable insights off that data. So that way you can see if sales are low on the product level or on the holistic level. So that way you can make the best decisions for your business. So let's dive right in. Okay, so today we're going to connect this data through what we call Power My Analytics, and they serve as the middleman to connect the Shopify data, and then it connects to Power My Analytics, which sends that data to Google Data Studio and Google Sheets. They have a free trial. You can sign up for them. There's a bunch of different ways to do this, but we're going to use Power My Analytics today. So once you make your account and you sign up for the free trial, or if you already have an account, you'll basically see a screen similar to this. So you'll be able to go to your sources right here, and you'll be able to create a new data source. And from there, we're going to navigate to Shopify. And from here, it's really important that you have full access to your Shopify account. And let me show you how to do that. So you can actually go to your Shopify account. You can go to settings, and you can go to user permissions, and you make sure you're a staff member and you have somewhat permissions, that when someone adds you, that you have enough permissions that basically just check all the boxes. That will make your life easier. So that way you can actually be added and add this to Power My Analytics. So that way it can actually connect correctly. So once you have all the permissions and you are verified as a staff member and you have all the permissions, you can go here and you can actually copy your Shopify URL. You can paste it in here. You can press connect. And then basically a screen's going to pop up. This screen is going to pop up. And what we're going to actually click here is we're going to click create report, and we're going to click Data Studio. So once you navigate to this screen, this Data Studio screen, you're going to scroll down to where it says Shopify. You're going to click on it. And I'm going to navigate to the proper account here, since I have multiple Google Data Studio accounts. And then I'm going to call this test data connection Shopify. Now, definitely have the word Shopify in there, so that way you can understand which one is the difference here. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to press authorize Shopify. It's going to open up a Power My Analytics screen. And then that's going to change. And then from here, you're going to click this. You can call it Victor's Hub. I'm going to press next. And then from here, it's going to go to user accounts. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to press next. I'm going to move my screen. I'm going to move this right here. And then from here, I'm going to press connect on the top right here. Cool. So now the data is connected. And then from here, I'm actually going to click the top left, this logo right here, to navigate back to my reports. And you see there's a template here now. Template by Power My Analytics. It's called the Shopify dashboard. And we're going to actually utilize this since they have a lot of really cool functionality in here. So you are able to use this right off the bat and connect your data and basically use this dashboard however you like and manipulate. I'm going to show you how to actually make this actionable for you, so that way you know how to use it. So to connect the data in there, I'm going to press this 3 dots up here. I'm going to press make a copy. And then that test data connection, I'm going to click that. I'm going to press copy report. And then you can call this dashboard whatever you want. So I'm going to press edit. And I'm going to take this data right here. I'm going to call this Shopify data source, or I'm going to call this test data source, test dashboard, Shopify. Shopify, perfect. Okay, I do want you to be aware that your data will not populate immediately. So I will show you how to actually backfill that data real fast, so that way you can kind of get more in there. So what you can actually do is you can actually navigate back to Power My Analytics, go to sources, and then from there go to account details, and you can actually backfill this data, so that way you can get a little bit more in the back end. So you can do 3 months. You can go back as for Shopify, I believe you can go back almost more than 2 years. So that's actually a huge benefit for you. I'm going to just do 31 days for the sake of speed. And after that, it will take a few minutes to populate. I'm going to use a dashboard that already has some information so that way you can see it right away. But this is something this is a way that it will look, basically. You'll be able to see total sales, total orders, the quantity, the average order value, the returning customer rate. This is all very valuable analytics for you to see where people are most likely coming from. And then from there, you'll be able to change the date ranges how you want, and you'll be able to navigate through these pages. So sales over time, you'll be able to see the sales order report and things like that. And today I'm going to show you how to make an actionable dashboard for yourself and for your business, because every business is different in its own way. So I'm actually going to manipulate this dashboard to actually be helpful for what most of my clients actually see to make it super actionable for you and your business. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to press edit here, and I am going to go over here to page. I'm going to go to current page settings, style, and I'm going to make the height of this page 4,000. And the reason why is I want this to be really long because I want to have basically a one-sheeter of all the KPIs that I want from here. Okay, so basically this is all pretty relevant data that I can work off of. And then let me go to the pages and see what data I want from here. So the sales over time is valuable for me, so I can see what particular days are doing the best, essentially. So I'm going to copy these two. I'm going to go over here and press Control C. I'm going to go back to this page 1, and I'm actually going to press Control V now. So it's going to copy that data over, so that way I can see sales over time. And I actually like to see it. I like to see it in this particular way, where I can see sales over time right here at the very top. And then from there, do it like this. This is the preferable way I like to see it. I like to see the sales over time in this particular way. So that way I can see, okay, what days are doing the best? And that's super actionable for me, because if we ever do a promo, I can see, oh, we're having a really big, it's doing really well. This particular day is having a lot of sales. So from there, let's take a look at the other pages that we have. Let's see the orders report. This would be valuable if you check the orders often. This isn't valuable for me because I don't check, I'm not in the weeds when it comes to the orders. I just basically help with the marketing. So I usually don't look at this. So it's not very valuable for me. The orders report. Yeah, I don't need that. I usually don't do it based off of that. So I don't do it based off SKU, but I will do sales by product. So this is actually very valuable for me. So that way I can see, okay, what are our top selling products? What are the most successful products here? And how can we, what are some, like, are we giving away discounts? What are we making? And what is the overall success on this? So this is actually very relevant for me. So I actually really need this. So I'm going to press Control C. So basically I click one, and then I hold Control, and I click this at the same time, and I press Control C. And I'm going to navigate over to the overview dashboard. I'm going to press Control V, slide this down. Control V. Okay. And I will provide this dashboard link so that way you can use this as your template, but I want to show you how you would make your own actionable dashboard, so that way it makes you as successful as possible for your business. Cool. And then from there, let's take a look at the product vendor. I don't think we'll need this. That's not valuable for me. Sales by discount. This would be a valuable discount. So yes, this is actually valuable for me. So I'm actually going to take this one because I need to know what promos are actually doing the best. So this is actually going to be valuable for me. So I'm going to take this one. Okay. And I'm going to put this one a little bit farther down. You don't want to put two of the same chart too close to each other, or it's not, your eye isn't going to be attracted to it. So that's very, very important. Sales by traffic refer. Usually this is a good report, but for this particular client, it looks like all of it's just from Google, so it's not that helpful. So I'm going to probably skip this. If you were doing lots of external traffic, I would probably do that, but for this client, it doesn't look like anything's happening. Sales by shipping location, not valuable. Sales by channel. Let's take a look here. Nope, they're not doing a lot of external traffic, so I would say nope on that. Average order value over time. It looks like some of the data isn't populating there, no problem. Sales attributed to marketing. So I'm actually going to grab this. This is the first time versus returning customer sales. This is actually very valuable for me, so I can see what day are returning customers coming back and what day are first time customers coming back. This is actually pretty valuable for me, so I actually like the view of this. So I'm actually going to bring this in. So that way I can see if our promotions bringing back first time customers or they bring back returning customers. Because ideally we want to have a mix of both. And so that way we can kind of optimize there. So just to let you know what I'm kind of doing here is I'm separating out the chart between the middle because I don't want to have two charts of the same format next to each other. So if I put two tables next to each other, your brain's going to just go, it's not going to know what's going on. It's going to be too much information. But if we put a bunch of different charts together, it's going to make it where your brain can focus saying, okay, total sales, total orders. And then you can't put too many numbers together or your brain's not going to actually be engaged with it. It's just going to overlook it. So you want to actually put different charts next to each other so that way your brain can actually engage with it. Cool. And then we're going to navigate over to our last few pages. Okay, inventory, that is very big for most people, especially supply chain. So inventory is going to be a big deal. So I do want to make sure that we have enough inventory for our products. So I'm going to take this top one and have inventory in there. Or I'm going to take this, I'm going to take this bottom one, and so that way I can use this data. Okay, so now I have inventory here. Beautiful. Okay, and then after that, if you want to get some refunds there, you can definitely utilize that, but we won't need that. So after that, we are good on that side of things. So that is it for the dashboard. So now you have an actionable dashboard that you can utilize. Change the timestamp, the date range here, and it's all going to be super actionable for you. And you can manipulate this however you want to. That is why I showed you this, how to manipulate this dashboard, so that way you can properly change this however your business you can utilize it. And I brought the elements that are valuable for me as a marketer for the Shopify side, and we will share this with you to utilize this template so that way you can go off of that. But this is basically how we use it from here. So just let me know, and yeah, like that, this is how you would utilize this dashboard and find all the valuable insights off of it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we are going to switch over to Google Sheets. Google Sheets are going to be a way to see the data where you can aggregate it in a little bit better way. It's not going to be as pretty as Google Data Studio, but you will have a lot more flexibility on changing up the data in the way you want it to. And it will automatically refresh every day, every week, however often you want it to. Okay, so perfect. So I opened up a new Google Sheet right here, and I'm just going to call this Victor's Shopify Google Sheet. So that's Victor's Google Shopify sheet. So under extensions, you're going to have to install Power My Analytics here under add-ons and get add-ons. And once you install Power My Analytics, basically want to go through that installation process. And once you do, you'll be able to go to Power My Analytics. And then all you have to do is press login. It'll do some fancy ninja stuff. Perfect. And then once that's done, you'll be able to refresh your screen. And I will say Power My Analytics has one of the best Google Sheet integrators ever with their sidebar. So I'm going to move myself this way. over here. Boop, just like that. And then I'm going to press add report. And then I'm going to navigate to Shopify, use my particular account, use that. And then date range, I'm going to go with year to date. I'm going to go with year to date. And I'll include today's data. Okay, something that'll be valuable for me are going to be the date, and then the sales. So that way I can see the sales there. I'm going to do total sales, and let's see what other data we can get from here. Okay, so from there, once we have the date and total sales, I'm going to press set fields, and I'm going to press set conditions. I don't need anything there. I'm going to order by the date. I'm going to have the limit set to 10,000. And I'm going to remove the report header right here. I'm going to keep column headers, but I'm going to remove the report header. Believe me, it's going to help you in the future. I'm going to call this Shopify. I'll call it Shopify. I'll just Shopify version 1. Create report. And what it's going to do is it's going to populate in here with all the data. And from here, now we have the particular day and the total sales of what happened for that day. And from here, you'll be able to, once you format this under a date, you go to format number date, and you can actually go to insert and go to pivot table. And using this data right here, pressing OK, and it goes to a new sheet. And then from here, you can actually aggregate this data however you want from here. So I'm going to press X here. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to add a row, that being the date, and then I'm going to show the values of total sales. And actually, I can aggregate this however I want. So I can go here, and let's say if I want to see the sales by month, I can actually right-click this date here, create pivot date group, and from there, I can actually aggregate this by month. So if I wanted to see the sales for the month, I could do it like that. If I wanted to see the sales by a particular day of the week, what day is doing the best for us? It looks like Thursdays are absolutely kill it for us. So we need to increase our spend on Thursdays apparently. Or we have the day of the month that we could optimize for. There's so many ways to look and aggregate this data that you can kind of see and get valuable insights from. So that way you can just play around with this data aggregation from the pivot table. So it's going to be very valuable for you to kind of play around with that as much as you can. Cool. So we're going to navigate back over to the data sales over here, and we're actually going to create another tab that's going to be valuable for you. And I don't know where to move myself. There we go. So that you can see that sheet. So that was sheet 1. So this one will be we'll make this one our customer list. So this is valuable for you. So every time a new order comes in, that way you grabbing that data and you can integrate it through your CRMs and everything else. And that way you can at least see all your customers all in one spreadsheet. So let's go ahead and bring that in. So I'm going to bring up the extension again. I'm going to go to extensions, Power My Analytics, show sidebar. I'm going to press add right here, add a report. I'm going to press Shopify. Okay, this year to date, include today, set date range. Okay, from here, I'm going to do customer first name, customer last name, customer email, customer ID, just to help identify them. I'm going to move that to the front. I want that to be the front there. Okay, so from there, once you have all this information in there, you can press set fields. And if you wanted to filter, you can do the filters. I'm going to order by the customer ID. Sure, why not? And I'm going to do 10,000. I'm going to remove show report header here. I'm going to call this Shopify customer list. Create report. Boom. And now you're going to have all the first and last names of the people, and you're going to be able to see what their returning customer rate is. From there, and you'll have the customers that you can integrate into your CRM, into a lot of other different things. So that way you have this data available to you that you can integrate wherever you want after that. And there's obviously tons of different ways to get other types of data and other fields and to automatically import into this sheet. And if you want them to automatically schedule a refresh, you can schedule a refresh whatever time you want. So basically you can have it where it's daily, monthly, weekly. I usually do daily. You can refresh at a certain point and then you just press save. And now this will refresh on a daily basis. So that way you're constantly getting in this data and you're constantly getting a refresh and seeing the latest update on what's going on there. So you'll be able to aggregate it however you want, bring in all the data that you want from there, and automatically get this in. So that way you can see it all within Google Sheets very easily. And so that basically covers it, guys. So that way you have a fully customized dashboard to your liking for your business, and you have it integrated to Google Sheets here as well. So that way you can aggregate the data on a whole granular level, and that way you can integrate it with your business however you like from there. So hopefully this helped. Hopefully you can now integrate this data and see it all in one place. And so that way you can make actionable insights saying, okay, what days are doing good? How can we increase sales? And that way you can take your marketing to the next level. Hopefully this was valuable for you guys. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks.